This is Dallin Cordova, Scrum Master for 24/7, presenting Sprint5. As a player, I want the boss enemy to use abilities so that I am further challenged by it. The boss can use special abilities. The boss switches between attacking, moving, and using special abilities. So let's find the boss here. So here's the boss. As I approach it, it's trying to run away from me. Here it's just used the ignite spell to damage me over time. And then it finishes me off with a ranged attack.
This is Will Bohannon. My user story. As a player, I want different kinds of dungeons so that the game is more interesting. The acceptance criteria. There are different looking dungeon types. There are different ways to travel to the different dungeon types. I'm going to go to the next level. The dungeon will turn a different color. Now when I find the boss and kill him correctly, I now have two portals to go to. These are my ways of travel to go to a new area. Now I'm in a different area.
As a player, I want additional potions so that the game is more interesting. The acceptance criteria are that there are 5 new potions, and that there's 1 potion for each class that specifically helps that class. So in the game here, if we check the stats of our player, all the stats, the base stats at the beginning of the game are currently 10. And drinking the potions are going to alter these stats. So here you can see the 5 new potions. The health potion is not new, but the attack potion, defense potion, magic potion, dexterity potion, and spirit potions are all new potions. The attack potion was made specifically for the warrior, the magic potion was made for the mage, and the dexterity potion was made for the rogue. And now, if we drink all of these potions, and if we check our character stats again, you can see that the stats are boosted for all the potions that we drink. Strength is boosted, the constitution is boosted from the defense potion, the dexterity, spirit, and magic were all boosted.
As a player, I want to select the game's difficulty level so that I may tailor the challenge to my preferences. And the acceptance criteria for this user story is there are options in the main menu for difficulty. And as you can see here, there are options for the player to select the difficulty levels: easy, medium, and hard. And the next acceptance criteria is more difficult game options make the game enemies difficult to beat. So let's start off with easy difficulty. And on easy difficulty, the enemies are relatively easy to beat. As you can see that the enemies take 2 hits on the first level, and the first 2 levels are relatively same, just for the player to adjust to the difficulty. So let's move on to the 3rd floor. And And as you can see that on the third floor, the enemy takes 3 hits to be defeated. Let's try another difficulty. Let's try medium. And as I said before, that the first 2 levels on each difficulty are relatively same, so that the player can adjust to the difficulty. So let's move on to the third floor and check the medium difficulty. And as you can see that on medium difficulty, the third floor has boss enemy right here. Instead of just being a normal enemy, the third floor on medium difficulty has boss enemy. Let's try medium difficulty. I'm hard difficulty. Let's move to the third floor. And as you can see that on the easy difficulty on third floor, the enemy took 3 hits to be defeated, and on hard difficulty, the enemy takes more hits to be defeated on third floor.
Hi, this is Ahmed Osawi, user story. As a range enemy, I want to alternative between attacks and the movement when approached by the player so that I may remain safe. Accepting criteria: when too far or too close to the player, the ranged enemy will move. When in a perfect spot, the ranged enemy will attack. Let's see now. As we can see now, this is the ranged enemy. This is spot. So when it's too far or too close, the range enemy should move. Okay, can we see now? Yep, still moving. Okay, when it's on a perfect spot, the range enemy will attack. Okay, see now, game is over. So thank you for watching.
Hello everyone, this is Brendan from Team 24/7, and my user story for Sprint 5 is: as a player, I want additional armor so that the game is more interesting. The acceptance criteria for my user story is to add 1 new armor piece for each class for each area that can be worn, which would be top, bottom, helmet, and boots. And also, armor that is specific for one class cannot be worn on another class. So I'm going to start with the warrior. And items won't be generated until the second dungeon level, so we're going to have to traverse the dungeon. And find some stairs. I did find the stairs over there, but now I'm looking for some armor. Well, I equipped a helmet. Since the items are randomly generated, it might be hard to find all of the armor. I'm just looking for, oh, there's one, a plate body. So this is level 3, it means we can equip it, and there it is. So let's try again with the mage class to make sure that the items are different. As you can tell, since everything is randomly generated, even the creators of the game have a hard time getting through it. Finally, we see some clothing for the mage. It is level 2, so we can equip it. And there it is. Here's another. Alright, so let's go check out the rogue class. As you can tell, this is a different piece of armor, and it is chainmail level 3, so we can't equip that yet. Alright, let's try that again. Troll hide level 2. Right now he has on some kind of black shirt, but if you equip this, it will change to the hide. And all of the classes have different items generated, so looks like everything's working fine. Thanks for watching.
Denise Williams, 24/7 team member. User story. As a range enemy, I want to attack the player from an attack range, so I may defeat the player. Exception criteria. If the player is in range, the range enemy attacks the player. The range enemy will not attack when there is a wall in the way. The range enemy is seen here. As he moves backwards, he continues to shoot. Moves to the side from the player, continues to shoot his arrows. He moves away again, the player, but as the player continues to move towards the range enemy will continue to move from side to side or back to keep his range, so he's able to shoot his arrows at the player. As the player continues to move, they have contact. Once again, the range enemy shoots again, but this time he dies. Thank you.